Instead of Mississippi, let's go to Mr. Sippy. Mr. Sippy instead of Mississippi. Yeah, just for the record, I may have guessed what the motive for the attacker at the Brown University was. I may have guessed what the motive, a lot of people may have guessed what the motive for killing the fusion scientist, the nuclear fusion scientist from MIT. But the truth is, I don't know whether it was religious, ethnic, even the silly Unabomber celebration theory. Okay, even that one is unconfirmed. Okay. Now, really, I don't want to be right thinking that it's the 30th anniversary of the Unabomber and somebody's out there trying to kill scientists and engineers. Now, I don't want to be right about that, but it may be something different. So, if it's the Unabomber thing, I'm going to say, well, I didn't want to think of that, but I did. Yeah, I know YouTube, Google, Alphabet, they try to take down everything to do with the Unabomber and Ted Kaczynski. Readings of the manifesto, the algorithm, and the Google, YouTube, Alphabet on community guidelines. They try to strike down that every single time. You try to even, if you try to read from it or make it even a joke about it or anything. I did Unabomber fashions with the hoodie and, the dark glasses and everything, like from his mugshot from 30 years ago and or so. And it was a really creepy artist rendition too. It was like very where somebody, how they show those aliens, the grays with the black eyes with the black aviators. That's what he looked like. He looked like an alien. He had the hoodie and it just looked really creepy. And plus, in addition, facial hair. So it looked very, very creepy actually. Yeah. Now the real man, you just go, oh, look at that guy. He looks like a neo-Luddite. He just looks like an ancient hillbilly from America, Nothing really remarkable about it, but I would say that the artist's rendition of who they thought the Unabomber looked like looked a lot scarier. It looked like almost alien or satanic. It looks very, very, very creepy actually. So the artist, the illustrator, the artist was getting into flourishing to make him look as devious and as evil as possible. And he succeeded. Whoever the artist was, he or she, I don't know, succeeded. Am I surprised? Am I surprised that there's a link? Am I surprised that there's a link between the Brown University shooter and the MIT assassination of the nuclear fusion scientist? So, fusion. What is nuclear fusion? Well, it's the sun. The power of the sun in the palm of my hands. It's Dr. Octopus. Alfred Molina from Spider-Man 2. So fusion is what our sun does. Fission is nuclear weaponry. It breaks apart the atom. Fusion is what our star does. It provides almost limitless energy for millions of years. All the suns and the stars. That's fusion. It's takes. So what is fusion? It's like so there's deuterium involved, tritium. I know that much. Helium, hydrogen. I know those things are involved. So fission breaks apart the atom like Nagasaki. Hiroshima in World War II against the Japanese Empire. So that's the explosion that can leave thousands dead, maybe millions dead. The breaking apart of the atom to cause horrible destruction and fallout. Fusion is clean. So the fusion reaction is so dense and it's so hot that it creates a form of matter called plasma. However, scientists find it difficult to recreate the conditions in space that stars occupy, the gravitation, the amount of pressure that you need to, the amount of heat and pressure that you need to fuse. Is it helium atoms, or is it you fuse hydrogen atoms that produce helium as a byproduct? Deuterium, tritium. It's like it's a fusion cycle, isn't it? Yeah. What? Oh yeah. For real. Haven't had a sip of alcohol in 7 days and the buzz kicked in already? What a lightweight. It's if you're part Irish, right? It's the Irish G. When the alcohol activates, it's like, woo! We're back, baby! That Irish. When that Conan O'Brien gene activates, it's like, woo! Party time! Yeah. Yeah. Well, were the Wheelers originally Irish? No, they were English first. Irish in the 1500s. And then American after that. So, well, American and wherever else the Wheelers went. Probably most Wheelers were like, if they were leaving Great Britain and Ireland in maybe religious oppression or whatever, and then a potato famine in Ireland, then they probably were like, hey, let's go to America. Yeah, they got this constitution and this land and this like abundance thing going on over there. Sounds like a good deal. Let's go. Yeah, good idea. Ah, they got food over there. We should go to that place. Oh, yeah. They got that amber waves of gray. See the shining sea. Those purple mountains' majesty. Can't wait to get over there. Land of the free and the home of the brave. So what is fused in the nuclear fusion reaction? There's a fusing, so fusion, like music. You know, you have the Police and Sting, it's a fusion. Yeah, there's reggae, and there's punk, and there's post-punk, and all that blues and all this stuff, rock and roll, all this stuff. It's a fusion band. So fusion is evolution. It's fusion. But when you're a kid, you know, you have Play-Doh, and kids all have the Play-Doh, and you got the red color, and you got the blue color, and you got the yellow, and you got the orange, and you got all the different colors of the Play-Doh. But if you fuse it too long, the Play-Doh, and you keep mixing it turns bland, it turns gray. And there's no more diversity of color anymore because it's gone. It's blended. It's too much blended. But that's not, in physics, that's not what happens. That's what happens in art. That's what happens with color, you know. But if you perform fusion in science, it creates a new synthesis of energy. So that's what's going on with the sun, with our sun, and all the stars in the universe. It's the fusion creates the synthesis. It doesn't become bland. It becomes more powerful, more supercharged. So it lasts longer. It's better than any battery mankind has ever known or ever will know. So it's definitely God's most amazing creation is fusion, nuclear fusion. Yeah. And scientists have spent their whole lives trying to crack the code because conditions on Earth and planetary realms are different than conditions in outer space. You know, obviously those are two different environments, and those environments evolved in different ways over billions of, however many trillions of years or eons or whatever. However long it's been. So they have the ITER reactor in France coming online. You got Tokamak reactors. Well, Symphony number 9. So Nikolai Tesla once said, according to legend, that the secret to the universe was 369. Yeah. I don't know. You know, that's just a legendary thing that he said that. So somebody said, well, is there a key to the lottery numbers? I said, just play zip codes. And then my friend goes, no, it's not that. It's not fucking zip codes. All right, you can play birthdays. Yeah. Because the birthdays, humans, the lottery covers a certain range, right? The lottery, it's the main sequence is 1 through 69 or 1 through 70. The average life expectancy for a human being is like, you know, whatever. I guess it went down after COVID and the Great Recession and all the the Bidenflation, the years of hell, or many, many years of hell and calamity, but, and the Chinese communist plague and all that shit. But, yeah, it used to be a little bit higher, I think above 80, but it dipped because of suicide, depression, alcoholism, Chinese plagues, economic uncertainty, worry, inflation, recession, depression, you know, all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff in life. All that really fun stuff that we get to enjoy. Ooh. So I think it went down in the West, in Western civilization, to something like, what, 70? It went real low, like 77 years or something. Yeah. Something really unheard of in supposed first world countries. Yes, alcoholism. Yeah. Smoking, drugs, Chinese, Mexican fentanyl. Of course, our friends, the Chinese Communist Party, always trying to extend our lives, always trying to make it better. I love it that the Chinese Communist Party, they think of us so much over there. Always thinking about ways to kill us. Our dear friends, the communists. Wow. I bet Xi Jinping and his communist minions are sitting in a laboratory right now in a room thinking of ways to kill Americans and kill the West. I bet they're all in their war room thinking of ways to kill us. Thinking it up. Thinking of the next big virus, the next bioweapon plague in Wuhan. They only have one ocean, yeah, or one sea. They're kind of landlocked in a lot of ways, yeah. Surrounded by enemies on all of their sides, and if you think Russia is a friend of China, I guess that's the biggest joke they almost ever told. Yeah, the Russians and the Chinese. What great fucking buddies. Yeah. Great. I get, you know what? They're not just buddies. They're the Russian Federation and the Chinese Communists, the People's Republic of China. You know, they're bosom buddies. In fact, bosom buddies. That's a rosy kind of buddies right there. The bosom buddies. Oh. So was the secret to the universe 369? Well, I mean, I thought about playing the lottery numbers that. Yeah. So it was Wolf 359 is the battle against the Starship Enterprise, the Enterprise D versus the Starfleet versus the Borg engagement in Sector Wolf 359. So I had 50 cents in my pocket and some lint, and it was the pick 3 game, and yeah, it was my last 50 cents I had in my pocket. There was nothing else. There was no money, nothing coming in. And so, yeah. Imagine if I had $1, I could have played more. I could have expanded it to 500. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. It was like the day had passed. The morning game, then the afternoon game, or the noon game had passed, and then it was time for the pick 3 around 2 or 3 or something. So I walked to the Chevron from my apartment, and I went to the Chevron, and it's like one of those old, like, crappy Chevrons. And it's, like, leaking and shit, and, you know, like, waters. It's just some defunct Chevron, some ghetto-ass Chevron. And they have an old Indian guy in there. Thank you. Come again. Would you like the Slurpee? So, how did I know it'd be 359? I just guessed. I just looked on my laptop when in the computer center of the apartments, and then I walked over there, and then I played 359 after Star Trek: The Next Generation, and then it hit at that particular time. It was $250. Then this year it was August 2nd. No, I'm sorry. In 2024 it was 9/9. And I realized 9 hadn't been played on Texas Two-Step for a long time. 9/9 was approaching. But it wasn't like Terry A. Davis when he's writing his schizophrenic writings. And it's like, on 9/9/99, me and my brother sucked each other's dicks. It wasn't like on 9/9/1999, me and my brother sucked each other's dicks. It wasn't like God's Lonely Programmer, you know, Terry A. Davis. But it was funny when he goes, on the year 9/9/1999, me and my friend sucked, no, not his brother, he said, me and my friend sucked each other's dicks. And, you know, it's just like schizophrenic writings. But I loved how he goes, it's 9/9/1999. That made me laugh. And that also made me laugh because I turned 19 in the year 1999. So that's also why it made me laugh too. Because my birthdays, they follow the years since I was born in 1980. So, like, you know, everything's mathematically even. Everything's even, Steven. You know, it's not like you have to think about what the math is because everything's whole numbers. It's not that hard. Yeah, my mom asked me to calculate percentage off, you know, and what's 60% off? I did it in my head first. I didn't consult AI first. I consulted my math training, my own mind. Yeah. Not because I think that photographic eidetic memory is superior, that the human brain is superior to computers and AI, which I think it is. But I just decided to, you know, check my brain and see if that matched up with what the computer was saying. So check both computers. Why not? The best of both worlds. Star Trek: The Next Generation episode. So, the best of both worlds. Why limit yourself? I'm not a proponent of transhumanism, however. So I do believe in the purity of the human brain, so not to be tampered with. Its secrets or its powers are God's gift, and I don't think they need to be messed with or altered. The imperfection of the universe is perfect the way it is, in my humble opinion. To me, man is just a meddler. That's it. Just a beast, just a monkey meddler fooling around with powers which it does not understand. That's all. Yeah, it was 99.99. I'm sorry, it was 2024, and I knew 9 didn't play. And it was like this big game, so I spent like $10. I didn't save enough to play all the nine nines to get a big haul out of it. And unfortunately, yeah, it was the money back, but none of the main sequences were working out. The 9 hit fine, but everything else was pretty much kaputted. And so it wasn't a big haul. Like my idea. You know what happens is typically what happens is my ideas are really good. I just don't have enough fuel for it. You know, basically what happens. So typically my ideas are pretty spot on. They're pretty good. They're in the ballpark. I just need to hit a home run. So that's just basically what it's like most of the time. So you could have a lot of great ideas, a lot of creative ideas. Well, unless you hit it out of the park, then it won't have as much impact as it could. So that's the deal. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta, like Scotty from Star Trek, I need more power, Captain. That's true. I don't seek power to control others. I don't seek power to dominate. I don't seek power for the reasons that other men seek power. I seek power only to do good, not to do anything else. So that may differentiate me from other men. Also, I'm not really that interested in consumer, in materialistic things that people are interested in. I'm not interested, if I got rich, to drive around in a Corvette or a Bugatti and laugh at poor people or some shit like that. So that's not my goal. I would be the wealthy person at the children's hospital, I think. I wouldn't be the guy with the hot model with the 4 kids and saying fuck you to everybody, to the working class or the poor people. That's not what I would be doing. You know. I mean, that is a specific thing to kill nuclear scientists and people at a prestigious engineering college. That is quite but I don't know if these guys are Jewish. I don't know their affiliations. I don't know if some guy just got turned down for a date. I don't know I don't know if this is an enemy agent. Nobody knows what the fuck this shit is. Unless it's already broke through the news and the person's been captured or something like that. Sometimes you got to tune out from the news and just form your own opinions. And sometimes you just got to disengage. And so sometimes you got to unplug Neo and follow the White Rabbit, like in the Matrix. Was the White Rabbit girl pretty hot? The White Rabbit girl in the Matrix? I'd say she was pretty good looking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. The White Rabbit girl? That was a good one. A little trashy, a little skanky, but kind of cute, though. Yeah. But those late 1990s, early 2000 girls, they always had like a like a tat or some shit. It's like a declare themselves badasses or whatever. Those Republica girls, you know. That's cool though. It's all good. The Republica girls. Hey, edgelord's gonna edge, you know. Straight edge gonna straight edge. So. Not my problem. Land of the free, baby. If you can afford it. Yeah, I got a live and let live attitude. Girl wants to dye her hair green. She's allowed to dye her hair green. So then, you know, for this Cash 5 game, there is no bonus ball number. It's all just straight up. So if you get, in the Cash 5, if you get 2 numbers, you get a free ticket. It used to be they gave you $2, but, you know, they want to rip you off further, so they just give you a free ticket. And then 3 numbers in a row consecutively, that would be $15. And then so 4 numbers is $350. And then 5 numbers is the grand prize, which is $25,000. So I'd always won the $15 or the $2 or whatever, and but I never won the $350. So August 2nd, I did my combination. You know, part of it is the code from Nikola Tesla 369. So it's 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and that's my combination code. I don't get all my codes from Nikola Tesla and Star Trek, you know, but a lot though, dude. They have a lot of codes going on. It's interesting, the numerical sequences in movies and TV shows. Why is it interesting? Why is anything interesting, you know? Patterns. Aren't just patterns interesting? All patterns. Patterns, sequences, anything. Anything is interesting because anything and everything is a pattern. So that's why it's fascinating to study. Like J.D. Vance said, yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist. But beyond what Vice President J.D. Vance says, I'm not just a conspiracy theorist. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist. I'm a pattern recognizer. That's different. So when people try to lie, I usually fucking know it, unless it's a really great lie. But I know one thing. They can't get a half black, half white guy with an African dad and say, I'm going to promise you hope and change, because I'll know that's bullshit immediately. If they say a great leap forward, like Mao Zedong, the Communist Revolution, the Chinese Communist Party, I'll know if they say a new way forward, a great leap forward, that's not the person you want to vote for. I'll know automatically because I already memorized all their communist slogans. Hope and change and new leap forward, build back better in the Biden-Harris campaign. So I would have already, through lived experience through all these years, realized what the exact slogans of the politicians are that are straight out of socialism, Marxism, or communism, and I'll know instinctively not to vote for those probably Democrat candidates. So if you have a Democrat, if AOC is running for president and her slogan is New Way Better, get the fuck out of there. Did you get your hope in betterment yet? Oh, yeah. right there. Right there. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, so. Oh, silly me. I was right about hydrogen being the starting point of nuclear fusion. Silly me, I mixed up star fusion with Earth-based fusion reactions. Oops. Well, sometimes we make mistakes. Hi. Close program. Damn. Shut this shit off, Dawn. I don't care about this. All I care about is the jams, dog. Okay. Mix it up or we'll cause the fusion. The fusion of the... Yeah. So in the sun, intense gravitational pressure and heat cause the fusion reaction to turn the hydrogen atoms into helium. Anybody into the string theory? The string theory. The universe is comprised of cosmic strings that vibrate, energies, like a musical string. Yeah, I guess my grandmother loved that stuff. She loved The Secret Life. I guess I'm a lover of that too. Everybody loves that true life, that true lies stuff. Like they like that secret. Yeah. I guess in a world that's evolving into a surveillance state, the world of secrecy is more enticing more than ever. The secret world, the hidden worlds, the hidden universes. Those are more enticing more than ever. When you got everybody with a Ring camera and they got a camera up your ass, or just when you're taking a walk or something like that, doing nothing wrong, by the way. Your neighbor's got a zoom in camera on your ass, which is causing much disturbance in society, of course. Many people are getting pissed, like, I know you got a camera mounted over there on me. I know you got a camera mounted on my kids. And yeah, it's... I guess the best defense is just to know that you're probably always on camera by everyone's Ring doorbell and drones or whatever. The tracking devices and computer devices and so on. So you're never really alone now with Big Brother watching everything. You might think, I'm in this alleyway. I can crack open a beer. No one's gonna know. I can pee behind this trash can, this garbage. And then all of a sudden you hear, woo, 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 woo. Somebody had a camera and it was motion activated and they took steps. So you drinking the beer and they called the feds. And you're kind of wondering, how did I get arrested? I thought I was in a secret place. I guess there's fewer and fewer of those, except the homeless people living in the woods, in the homeless encampments or something. They might not have cameras in those woods mounted on every tree to track everyone's movements and to collect all their data yet. But maybe they're working on it, I don't know. So I don't know what the motive, how they could be linked. A nuclear fusion scientist from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, is gunned down in his... do I like those kind of northeastern kind of places? Well, they're built for the kind of weather to withstand blizzards. So you want a basement. It doesn't really flood that much, or hurricanes don't go up there that much. So it's built for, really good comfort, and it's built for efficiency, up there. So they have a nice style to the houses in DC and Boston, and it's not that I knock the style. I think it kind of looks kind of charming, honestly speaking. And those places have basements and basement apartments where you can keep warm and hold up during winter. So it is quite beautiful, and I guess it fosters a better sense of community in an urban environment such as those. I get maybe it expands human connection a little bit deeper, perhaps, in those conglomerates of tightly packed humans, Whereas Texas is a bunch of, massive, flat, not all flat, but a lot of wild frontier landscapes. So everything is mostly not that compact typically. It's mostly spread out because Texas is a big ass state. they were getting into the meat and potatoes on this link between Brown University. So the guy or the woman or the whoever attacked the engineering department of Brown University. And the same person or persons is believed to have gunned down the nuclear fusion scientist from MIT. Don't you like saying Massachusetts? Institute of Technology. I love saying Massachusetts. You could fuck it up, but if you say Massachusetts, isn't it what a great thing to say? So in Washington, D.C., you got Virginia, D.C. Yeah. And you have a good time in there. The District of Columbia. Was I near the White House once? Yeah, my mom and dad taking a photo. And I still have it. And we're at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue back in the day. And my stepdad always thought it was cool to go to the Hard Rock Cafe. Thought that was like the coolest things. Now, we never met, any KISS members, or we never met Bruce Willis, or we never met a rock star in there, but it was cool. I guess everybody thought it was cool to go to Hard Rock Cafe. Hey, we're going to Hard Rockin' Cafe, yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, oh, this is really cool. But it's not really that cool unless you're like hanging out with Axl Rose or something. Yeah. Anyways, people thought it was cool, so they went to Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah. Did I ever think it was that cool? People tried to convince me that it was really cool, but I knew it wasn't really cool unless you're hanging out with Slash or something. So that would be the ultimate. It would be cool if you walked into Hard Rock Cafe and there was like, Axl Rose and Slash and fucking Marilyn Manson and, Ozzy Osbourne or something. That would be the real Hard Rock Cafe. If you go to Hard Rock Cafe and it's just a tourist ejaculation, then nah, not so much. If it's just a bunch of normies and squares sitting around going, hey, we're at the Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah, it's not that cool, but whatever. I didn't pay for that shit. My stepdad did, so. No, I mean, we didn't go to a bar for my 21st birthday because they thought we were going to get all fucked up or something. No, I don't know why we didn't. I guess because Washington, D.C. was such a strange city at the time to my parents and even to my friend. And that we were from Houston, Texas. So when we were in Washington, D.C., we were like really like cautious and like money was kind of tight. So I would have if I had a lot more money, I would have went clubbing a lot more into the pubs in Washington, D.C. and got, went to the nightlife scene. But I think people were they weren't really worried that we were going to go to a club and get fucked up and get arrested and start fighting or something like that. I think it was just it was just practical just to go out to eat instead of, introducing alcohol into the mix, So. Yeah, probably if I would have stayed in Washington, D.C. longer than like 6 months, I think I would have went clubbing with them. We would have went to a club and started dancing and drinking, and then God knows what would have happened. God knows. God only knows what could have went down at the Washington, D.C. club. Oh, fuck. You think when I turned 21, I would have been like, yeah, alcohol, woo. No, 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 no. Yeah. When I turned 21, I was like, okay, I can buy beer now. All right. Well, I can buy beer now. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Because it was more fun doing it when it was illegal, right? Like it was more fun when you got beer when you're like 17, 18, 19, 20. When it's illegal, then it's like super fun. It's like, dude, we scored the beer. And then when you're 21, they said, man, it's legal. And you're like, oh, I can buy a beer legally. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not as fun as it used to be. Wasn't it fun when that shit was illegal? That's what's going to happen to pot one day. It's going to be legal and people are going to be like, oh, dude, this isn't cool anymore. Like, people are all smoking weed and shit right now because there's the threat they might get arrested or something. All right, like, it's so cool to blow weed. It's so anti-establishment. We're giving a middle finger to the man. But once that shit becomes legal and everybody can, your grandpa Bob can blow some bud, kids aren't going to be doing that anymore because it's not illegal anymore. They're going to be like, oh, it's declassified as a Schedule 1 drug or whatever the schedules are. Yeah, that guy like in high school that's like, I'm smoking weed and he's so badass. Right when that shit becomes legal, it's fucking, I'm an edgelord. All that shit's over with. He's not cool anymore. It's over. It's the same reason like people under 21 are drinking alcohol when they're 18. They're going to the party, they got the kegs and they got the liquor and like, yeah, we got the fucking booze. Like super bad and shit. And then when they get 21, they're going to be like, oh, I can do this legally now. Oh, well, this isn't as fun as it was previously. Yeah. It's like Adam from the Bible, Adam and Eve, the devil's like, God's like, don't eat from this tree of wisdom. And Eve's like, oh, it's fun because the God told her not to do it. That's fun. That's why it's fun. And once it's done and mankind's damned forever, then it's just not as fun anymore. But it seems fun when it's like forbidden. Do not do this. And that's the first thing that people are going to do. I mean, I use the biblical example, but you know what I mean. It's a similar thing. It's like, once it's not cool anymore, once it's not forbidden, nobody gives a shit about it anymore. It's only taboo, it's only exciting if it's forbidden, verboten. Imagine one day when weed is legalized. It's not just 15-year-olds that won't be able to act like they're cool, but then even 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds won't be able to say, hey, guess what? I'm smoking weed. Yeah, I know it's illegal. Oh, this is exciting. I'm breaking the law. Woo! I'm on the edge. I'm such a rebel. I guess the old saying, was it Mark Twain or somebody? No, it wasn't Mark Twain, but it was somebody like that. Someone said, I know that weed will be legal someday because all the lawyers are smoking it. My aunt's a police officer, and she said she doesn't even bust people for that anymore. So, or that most of the police officers stopped busting people for weed. Yeah, it's kind of like difficult to enforce, you know, because it's a plant and everybody's smoking the shit everywhere. I mean, it's like if you're gonna bust everybody for weed, like in Texas, busting people for weed in Texas, you better be talking about some fucking pounds, some fucking O's, and some fucking ounces, some pounds, some fucking bricks, because like if you're trying to bust every individual that's smoking weed in Texas, now you need some serious manpower to do that shit. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I mean, basically, what Houston, Texas smells like to me, it smells like urine, trash, gas, and weed, and constant weed. That's what Houston smells like to me. Maybe not urine so much, but it smells like weed. Like everywhere I go, it's like, am I smelling? Is that the scent of the pines? Is that the scent of the forest? No, that's weed. That's dank. That's stank. That's icky. People are blowing bud like crazy in this city. You know, people are blazing up. I can't say that Houston, Texas is banging more bud out than Austin, but people are smoking some serious fucking ganjarana around here. People are smoking some serious dank ass shit. That's without a doubt. No. If you smell something funny in the air, it's not freshly cut grass. People are smoking grass. That's what it is. People are smoking dank. People are smoking Mary Jane all the time. How do the feds expect to go to war, or the United States expect to go to war with, you know, communists or terrorists trying to bust everybody smoking a fucking dank ass joint, a pinner? There's no fucking way. So that's why they're backing off of it. It's just practical. It's like, are you serious? You're gonna waste so much resource trying to bust people for fucking Mary fucking Jane? There's no way. You can't. I mean, unless you're gonna train all you're gonna create a robo army to make sure nobody's smoking weed or some shit like that. There's no fucking way. What was the funniest thing? I went with my buddy that owns a music shop. It was like my 34th birthday or something, and he goes, "Hey, you want to go see Brit Floyd? It's a British Pink Floyd tribute band, and they somehow have the license to play Pink Floyd songs, and they're not Pink Floyd. So somehow they're able to pay royalties to Pink Floyd and Roger Waters and David Gilmour, and they're able to go. You know, I guess what it is, they make so much revenue covering Pink Floyd songs when Pink Floyd are not gonna fucking, you know, hell is gonna freeze over before those guys reform the group, you know. So I guess they thought, well, we could make some bucks getting a percentage out of these guys. So I saw Brit Floyd. I'd rather have seen Pink Floyd, but probably if Pink Floyd had a reunion concert, you know what would happen? That shit would sell out in 0.012 seconds, and the tickets would cost $2,000 per person, and it would be fucked. It would be fucking crazy. So, hello. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you ready for the Jamalicious? Yeah. Okay, what kind of songs you want? Okay, we're about to go. I'm heading out. Boom. All right, I'm gonna get the songs ready. All right, we getting ready? Phew. Okay, that's fine. I'm about to head out. Okay.
Head out where?
No, go get the beer.
Oh.
Yeah. So no worries. I'm gonna you want to get the jams going? All right, let's go. Let's do that. Yeah. Bam. Oh, yeah. Come in. I'm sorry. You all right? Is Julie okay? Okay, good. All right.
Feel upset a little bit, but
What? Upset about what? Dan and Granny having to go to their own place?
Dan cried.
Oh, when he knew that Granny had to go live with him?
When Julie and Travis came to get the van.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
Oh! No more.
No more, no more. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and... That's understandable. All right, well, anyways. You want to turn this down right here?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then, is Too Lady in there? Okay, I'm going to go get a beer. Yeah. What up? Huh? Okay. Okay, yeah. What's up? Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. Oh, yes. Oh, thanks for giving me 20 on it. Okay, that's fine. All right. Don't worry. Okay, I'm going to go. You? You're the sweetest person in the world. The greatest person in the world. The greatest, most sweetest, most wonderful, the best person in the world. Everybody thinks you're the sweetest, most wonderful, most nicest person. I think that's the least. Okay, I'll be back. That's not my suit. There's no one else thinks anything else. Everyone loves you. You're the greatest, that's one. Shut up. I see. I can see Beerly now. The beer is gone. Okay. I can see Beerly now. The beer is gone. Gonna be a bright, 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 bright sunny grain. Oh yeah, you say grain because it's beer, right? Yeah. I can see Beerly now. The grain is gone. All those hopsticles in my way. Ding, ding, ding. Making a song about beer? Okay. There's a lot of songs about that, brother. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Want me to get mathematical tonight? Well, I did pass college algebra, so I think we're ready. I can calculate percentage and exponential functions. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. I'm not really a mathematician, I'm an artist, but I just took math for fun. Math and science are just funs. But art's where my real heart's at, of course. All right. gotta take one of these bad boys downstairs. Okay. Put one of my ice containers. Containers. All right, here we go. Yeah, I have it like a soundtrack to my life. Yeah, it's like the soundtrack to my life is. Yeah, it has like different movements to it, like a symphony or something. Yeah, some guy said, "Are you a idiot savant?" I said, "All except the idiot part." Yeah, yeah, I'm a savant, but not an idiot savant. I'm a genius savant. That's different. That's another kind of thing. So. Idiot savant. Idiot savant implies deficiency or idiot savant. What that suggests is that I accidentally am genius or something like that. I'm an accidental genius. I accidentally stumble upon the next idea or whatever. I randomly jump from idea and concept to concept and somehow arrive at something brilliant. But it's stupid. Well, no. That's not me. Do I even really believe in the concept of an idiot savant? I guess that was just in vogue to try to describe our kinds. Yeah. I don't know if I believe in, I mean, I did see a show about that when I was a kid, a cartoon show. It was called Inspector Gadget, about an idiot who dumbly stumbled into situations or whatever, but he wasn't an idiot savant, but it was like a similar concept. It was like the idiot has the wisest or something like that. No, it was Penny and Brain solved Inspector Gadget's cases for him, so it was never really his agency that actually solved the cases. You may remember the theme song. Bum 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 bum, Inspector Gadget. Bum 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 bum, woo woo. Bum 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 bum, Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Go Gadget, go. Da 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 da. Go Gadget, go. Ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Woo woo. Right, we're in it, baby. Remember one thing from my dead grandmother's carventry, in God we trust, so don't forget. Yeah. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. King of the whole fucking universe. In God we trust. Always remember. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. In God we trust. To Mars or bust. King of the whole fucking universe. You've been around. I'm an orangutan man. That's my song anyway, but that reminded me of my own song. Seeing that plaque, In God We Trust. In God We Trust. Yes, indeed. So that's on our currency, isn't it? Yeah. Here it is. Oh, look, it says it on my currency too. In God we trust. The great I and the seal. So what does that say on there? It says, in God we trust on the bill. God we trust. And so this one, on the bottom of the pyramid, it says New World Order for the Ages in Latin. Does that? What is annuit septus? No. E pluribus unum means out of many, one. Oh, this is genius. Look at this. And then there's the Great Seal of the United States. See that? Look at that. It's almost 250 years old, this symbology. The eye is ever watchful in the pyramid. With the severed pyramid, the eye is watching the New World Order. It means the New World Order for the Ages. The Great Seal. Novus Ordo Seclorum. The New World Order. What does annuit septus mean? Well, I haven't looked at the conspiracy videos in a long time, so check this out. Okay, Lincoln. Okay, here we're to the $5 bill. Lincoln. Guess what it says? In God we trust. You've been to this? You've been to this memorial. This is the Lincoln Memorial. You ever been there? Did you ever sit in his lap and do a twerk? No, I didn't, because I didn't want to get arrested. So that's why I didn't twerk in Lincoln's statue lap, because I'd be sent to jail. All right. Not like I wanted to. All right. I went to the Jefferson Memorial. But I don't have a $10. No, that's Hamilton's on the $10 bill. Oh, Jefferson's on the $2 bill. Yeah, I don't have a $2. Well, I do have a $2 bill, but it's up, so I don't spend it on beer. So, the $2 bill is the Thomas Jefferson bill. So I don't have that because I would spend it on crack, and then I would wake up the next day and I'd be like, "Where's my $2 bill at? You bought a cigar with it," and I'd be like, no. All right. So my one step grandfather was good at money, and my stepdad's good at money, but in a crushing economy. I think what's happening to the baby boomers is that they have money, they have resources. It's just they don't know what to do with it. I think everything's changing with the robotics and the AI and everything. They have no idea what kind of world they're entering, so a lot of them are confused. They have all the money, they have all the resources, they have all the intelligence. They just don't know what to do because they're from a different century. They're increasingly clueless, is what I'm saying. And they might have been educated in the 20th century, but that has nothing to do, hardly anything to do with the 21st century way of, in the future that is going to happen to the world, that is evolving. So they're struggling, to keep up with the rapidly evolving world. No, it's not like the baby boomers, the post-war generation doesn't have any money. They've been working for years. They got plenty of money. They just have no idea what all this new shit is. AI, quantum computers, all this new shit. Robotics. They're confused, right? Because they weren't the generation that grew up with the computer. They're the generation that grew up with the ledger, with a notebook. Maybe the boomers grew up with some Macs or some green screen old computers or something, some 386, 486, some Microsoft Windows. They really have no idea what this future is going to be. And so that's why they're struggling. It's not a lack of resources. It's not a lack of money. It's it's just they're mostly live most of their lives in a different century, so they're not acclimated to this one that's changing so fast. That's why it's a struggle. You know. They try to keep up, but the math and the science is changing so fast, it's hard to keep up. Even for younger generations, it's a struggle. Every second you turn around, there's a new thing happening. There's a new technology. There's a new bot. There's a new app. There's a new equation. There's a new discovery. It's happening so quick. People can't adjust in time. It's getting harder to do that with artificial intelligence and that kind of evolution happening so fast. So that's the struggle part. But, you know, it is what it is. We go to the worlds that we go to, and that's what we know. And that's what we don't know. But that's the adventure. That's why it's fun. So, or not so fun. But it's still a journey, regardless. I have to take a poop. Literally, I think I have to take a dump. Well, the grilled pork chop gravy, mashed potatoes, green beans was quite an excellent meal, so I'm going to whip that together. I guess some people with all these computers and machines are worried about losing their humanity, I suppose, losing their souls. You don't have to lose your soul. You don't have to lose your soul, you know. You can still feel and be just as human as the rest of them. You can still fulfill God's purpose. Everyone still has that potential. So I'm kind of worried about it existentially, but not as much, because I know the truth. And the truth sets you free. I gotta take a shit before we go out to get the lottery tickets and so on. I may not get anything tonight. I may just fill out one and get a beer. Now the reason being, I know the Powerball is going to go to. It's already $1.5 billion. $1.50 billion, and it will go to maybe $2 billion. Yeah. My goal is not, well, if I did win, my goal, I mean, I like blonde girls with big tits as much as the next guy. But I think we have a higher purpose here. I think we owe it to ourselves to do something better than that. Even though that's interesting to men to have sex with beautiful women. That's, of course, in our natural purpose, but let's help out. Let's do it, Jesus Christ. Let's fulfill the real meaning of Christmas. Let's help out the poor and the struggling and the sick and the dying. Let's fulfill our true purpose first, and then fleeting pleasures later, or fleeting desires that burn out like a flame in the night quickly. Let's build something long-lasting, something eternal. Or, as George Washington likes to say, in God we trust. Why is there a pyramid with a detached floating pyramid eye? Triangle, pyramid, I don't know. Why is there an all-seeing eye floating above a pyramid? Well, don't know. But that's the country I live in, so I'm just supposed to deal with it, not really think about it too much. All right, so, I mean, I like floating spaceship pyramids. I don't know if that's from an alien civilization or whatever. Would an alien civilization, if they were Stargate, would they teach personal responsibility and worship of a god or a alien creator being or something like that? I'm not exactly sure. You know, that's really what it is. But who is God? A light came from the darkness. There's no explanation who this being is. It's just a light came from the darkness. That's the only thing they have in the Bible or the Talmud or the Quran. It's just there was a darkness and then a light came. How do we know what this light is? Who is this being really? I guess that's more the essential question. Well, this being is never really explained, is it? It's unexplainable. It doesn't really have a form or a name until it does. It's like quantum physics. It doesn't exist until it does. And then it doesn't really exist at all when it even does. It's quite the enigma, I would say. But I think we're getting close. I think we're almost there. So I'm not too worried about it. Maybe on the fringes of existentiality, but I'm not really concerned about that. In particular, that particular aspect of the unknown is not the vagueness of it. It's not really the vagueness of the extrapolation of God. It is what the meaning of God means. That's more important, I think. So at the end of the day. Well, what is an archaeologist that studies the stars? I guess they're called the starchaeologists. Yeah. I guess they call them astrophysicists or cosmologists now. I suppose in the future the fields would expand, no doubt. Everyone's so curious. The young are so curious, especially. Young people are so curious. They're like, the brains are like sponges, But how do the old stay young? They stay curious. They stay hungry, just like young people would, except just with a bad backache or their hearts don't work or they have a stroke or something like that. Or they have... Well, how did I know I was old? Was it gray hair? No, it's something. I tried to run with a young pup, Tula. And Tula was sprinting, and I tried to sprint with her. And then I hit a muscle, and it tore. And I realized, oh, shit, you're not young anymore. Right? I had torn my Achilles tendon or something. And it was just like Achilles falling. I was once young and quick. but I realized I wasn't anymore. It's not a bad realization to realize you're mortal, but I guess it's more horrible to know that you're old. Yeah. Mortality wasn't as scary as realizing you're old, I think. Also, it was a beautiful morning, me running with my dog. I started sprinting. I had always run with so much confidence before, like my father, the track runner. I had always run with such speed, such power, such grace, such energy. And on this morning, I realized, oh my God, I'm out of gas. I went boom. I hit that shit on the wrong fucking, angle and went, ah. And I was writhing in pain because that really hurt bad, whatever I ripped. I don't know if it was the Achilles tendon or whatever, but I ripped some shit on my leg. And usually I walk, usually I'm pretty strong, usually I'm fast. Just like my dad, the track runner in high school. That was just as fast as the Flash. But getting old is realizing you're slowing down and you're gonna hurt. So that sucks, but it is what it is. Better learn sooner than be real old and learn the hard way later, I guess. Instead of have respect. So maybe next time at the park, I won't try to hit the dash so fast because I'll have to take into account my age for a change, sadly. But I would have to do that. I don't think when I'm 50, I should try to play basketball with 15-year-olds. That would be fun, but I'd probably get my ass fucking kicked and I'd make an ass of myself and I'd probably tear my leg tendons apart and probably fall on my ass because I'm getting old. So when I was 18, it would probably be fine, but at almost 50, it's just not gonna be cool. So unfortunately, yeah. I guess Scott Adams' death reminds me of my stepfather dying of cancer too. And it reminds me of everything about it, actually. Yeah. How he slowly withers away in the cancer bed, and there's no cure, there's nothing they can do. Because medical science they haven't conquered apparently cancer yet after all these years of study. And yeah, that's not the reason why I loved the journey and the heroism of Scott Adams. I respected him a long time ago. I respect all creative people and cartoonists and writers and performers and people in arts and music and actors and actresses and theater people and the whole gambit, the whole, everything of it, everything in the arts and humanities. However, I think maybe as a drawer, as someone who draws a lot, or is very skilled for a long time in drawing and writing, I really respected Dilbert and Scott Adams. So to see him wither away reminds me of when I was a kid and my stepfather died of Hodgkin's disease. It was inoperable because he had a tumor in his spinal cord. So this really resonates with me pretty hard. And, anyways, I know he's going to die. And he tells you he's going to die and there's nothing you can do about it. But he keeps on, making his streams while he's dying of cancer. And so, anyways. He's not dead yet, but very close. So, yeah. When I was 9, I saw my stepfather die of cancer, Hodgkin's disease. He had a tumor in his spinal cord and paralyzed and crippled him. And then my family, my mother and I went into poverty, and it was a helpless feeling. being 9 or 10, having to shoulder that kind of responsibility. And thankfully, the family, the adults helped us through this rough time. His face turned green and white. It was like death. And I've never seen anything like that. It was like looking at a corpse. And to see a man ripped down like that by cancer, to be ripped down, to see a man so strong, so brave, ripped down, a man so tough, ripped down to his innards as a kid. It was pretty rough. But anyways, it was what it was. It is what it is at the end of the day. Hey, I love you, Tula. I'll come back soon. Oh, I love you, honey bear. Don't worry, honey baby. I know I love you. Hey, I'll be back, honey bear. Yeah, take it. I felt the urge for a dump. Take it down. Right, I'm taking a dump right now. Alright, we go to the store. Big dump, because it's a big dump. Nice. Alright, took a dump, I'm gonna drop a whiz. Dropping a whiz. Alright, so. Ooh. Dropping a whiz, dropping a whiz. Are we ready to do something? Yeah, it's called dropping a whiz of shit. Okay, there you go. Dropping a whiz. Better than jizz. Oh. Running out of alright, better go soon. Hey, I'm going. Sorry, I had to take a dump.
You're going where?
To the store? Yeah.
You're going where?
To the store? Get the beers?
I thought you already bought beers.
No. No, I had an extra beer saved in the fridge. Yeah. No, it was a beer from a long time ago. It was only like half full. I'm gonna go get real beer now. I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back, too, lady. Huh? Yeah, I'm coming. Alright. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, well, you want to play a particular song or something? Let's go. Alright. Oh, what song is it? Yeah, I'll come back to the break. Are you playing Bon Jovi? What is that? What's you want? Let's go. I did. Oh, I love you. I'm going. I'll stop on my.
I don't even know.
Yeah, what?
What I lose it.
What? If you lose it.
If I lose it,
If you lose it.
we still love your mother.
Well, you don't have a dementia gene yet.
Huh?
Jim has dementia gene, not you. He has Alzheimer's, not you.
I'm saying. I can't even count on you. I'm talking about real true shit that I can count on. Real true shit I can count on. Oh my God. No. You're talking about if I go crazy. No, I ain't going fucking crazy. See, you're trying to make me out crazy. That ain't happening.
No, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not. Alright, wait.
Okay, you're sober. I'm fucking crazy.
I'm sober. Peace. Yeah. Let's go.